To start things off, we're going to make a trick using our NewsEase Halloween Batman and Batgirl origami kit to make a flock of spooky bats. Now, I really like making the bats out of black paper because they look more bat-like, but it's a little hard to see on camera. So to make it easier for you to follow along, we're going to use the same pattern, but use our Batman paper to make a throwable batarang. So, same plan whether you're making a bat or a batarang, but I'm going to use my Batgirl paper because I'm a big fan of Batgirl. So, we're going to start with our Batgirl paper, or Batman, whatever you want, and if you're using printed, make sure that the printed side is down. Now, instead of a square, turn it so it's a diamond. We're going to take the bottom edge and take it up to meet the top, line it up as best you can, doesn't have to be perfect, and then make a nice crease at the bottom. Now we have our lovely triangle. We're going to make another one by taking this edge to meet this edge. Line it up as best you can, and then make a lovely little crease. Now you have a smaller triangle. Open that one back up so that you have this triangle again. You're going to take the bottom edge, take it up, but not quite all the way to the top. Instead, leave a little tiny bit over the edge. Make a nice little crease. Now, you might think this looks a little bit like a sailboat. I certainly do. But don't worry, it'll be a bat. So, you have this lovely little sailboat shape. Let's take the top part that we left hanging and fold it over just like this. You'll see why in a minute. So you have this little shape. Now let's take it. We're going to fold it perfectly in half along the creases that should already be there. Now you have this shape. Now it's time to give the bat some wings. So you have this edge here and this edge here. You're going to take this edge to meet this edge by going like this. See? So you just right like that. Make a nice firm crease. Now you need to flip it over and do the same thing on this end so that the bat has equal wings, because you can't fly around with just one wing, that's silly. So again, taking this edge to meet this edge, folding it over and lining it up with the other wing, and giving it a nice firm crease. So your bat's almost done, but a bat's wings aren't straight like a bird's, so you need to give it some nice, interesting shapes by taking this edge and again lining it up to meet this edge, kind of making a V sort of. Give it a nice firm crease. So again, this edge to this edge, nice firm crease. And you're going to flip it over, do the same thing over here, this edge to this edge, going like this. Now your bat's almost done. At this point, we're going to take it so it looks like that, right? Very carefully open it up. Now here's your basic bat shape. But to make it a little bit more bat-like, I like to do three final things. This edge, take this little tiny point, just fold it up. Do the same thing on the other side. Now the bat has little hands on the end of its wings. And lastly, if you're doing a bat instead of a batarang, bats have cute little ears. So let's take this, its head, and give it some ears, just like that. And there's your completed spooky bat. Or, if you're using Batman print, a lovely throwable batarang. Happy Halloween!